Hey, what's up? It's Dan Ward, Ward Wrestling. I'm here. Another great show for you today. I've got two of our young, awesome athletes, wrestlers out here in Florida, and across the country. It's Jordan and Mariah Mills. They both
Hi.
won the state titles together this year, so pretty cool. They've also competed on the national level. She just was an NHSCA champ, three-time state placer. He's been on the state stage several times today. This year he broke through, and what a cool moment it was. Anyway, first, welcome, Mariah, Jordan. What's up, guys?
Thank you.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I'm excited. I know I just saw you and your dad and your little sister over at AAU's. She was working
Yeah.
hard. I know she came in second, but she's putting the work in, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're going to definitely see her next year in the state tournament. I'm sure of it.
100%. I really hope so.
It's awesome. You guys are having a good time. But man, first and foremost, congratulations on this year. I mean, it was really cool to be there and see that moment of just elation, if that's a word. I think that's a word, elation.
Yeah.
Where you guys came off the mat and just it was insane when your brother won it. I got to imagine that felt better than you winning it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was so special.
Yeah.
Man, talk about that moment. I know I'm glad I was there because your mom's always got the camera and I'm watching the whole family hug each other and she's like trying to like hug and do camera stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah.
why don't you just hug and I'll take the picture, And she's like, thanks so much. I was able to get that. But anyway, talk about that moment, Jordan, and that moment that your family had where you guys came together like that and after that match.
There was just so much emotion there. Just winning it after my sister won and having my whole family there watching, my brother watching me from Fiji after he was there my sophomore year. We were both in the finals, but neither of us won. He was there watching online, and I had to overcome a lot in that finals match to win. And I just was so emotional afterwards, and I was so happy that I was able to get it done and have my family there with me. They were with me through my entire journey the whole time, so it was just emotional.
It was so cool. So, Mariah, I see you're obviously watching and you're yelling, and you can't. At this point, you're like just about to jump over the gate, and then you're on the floor actually right there. And what went through your mind as the clock was going down?
I was so stressed out. Like, I mean, whenever I'm the one wrestling, like I can it's up to me. Like I can control the match. I can do what I need to do to win. When I'm watching my brother or my siblings wrestle, like it's so stressful. But then this is the state finals. I was like, he's got to win this. Like he's worked so hard for this. He's got to win this. And it was about before that stalling call and it went into overtime. I was like, oh my gosh, he's got to do something. And I was crying. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, I just want to go out there and like help him or something. I was crying and I was just praying for him.
Yeah,
But I knew he would pull it out.
It was a super cool moment. I know he's been fighting that shoulder injury too. I know you could see him.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, in that picture behind me here, you could see he's got his arm coming out of the bottom of the shirt to hold his bracket there because he couldn't pick his shoulder up from there. But so you guys started wrestling at a young age?
Kind of. We went to. My dad took me and my brothers to some AAU tournaments when we were like 10, 12 and stuff like that. And then we kind of more started focusing on football. And then I got back into it my 7th grade year of middle school. And I was at a private school. But the private school wasn't allowed to compete in like postseason and stuff. So I was just doing like regular season wrestling. And then when I got to Matanzas, my freshman year, is when I really started getting into it. And Mariah, when did you get into it? You got into it
about 3 years ago. I had started wrestling. So I was in 7th grade. It was like the end of my 7th grade year. And I started wrestling because of my brothers. And I loved it so much whenever I started that I decided to skip 8th grade to wrestle the first year sanctioned girls wrestling. So it was
super
awesome.
cool. Yeah, and did you do were you an athlete before that? Did you do any type of martial art, or was it just I'm tired of my brothers beating me up at home. I'm going to go get this wrestling figured out.
I had done gymnastics and dance, and I'd also done some cross country. Well, a lot of cross country, but I don't know. Like my brothers just seemed to really like wrestling, and I was like, no, maybe I should try it out. And I don't know.
That explains a lot. I hear a lot of kids that go from gymnastics to wrestling really seem to excel.
Yeah.
Once they figure out kind of the technical part of it, because you already understand how to control your body and put your body in certain places, and you know how your body works. So it was just a matter of figuring it technically. Man, how do you think? I mean, obviously, you guys have excelled in the sport, and you guys are doing great. But starting in, just a couple of years back to being where you are now, how do you think you've been able to progress so quickly?
I'd say a big part of it was our coaches. We had some really good coaches, and they were able to get us into a lot of good tournaments in the off season as well as in the regular season. And the practices are really they taught us a lot. They knew what we needed to know and what we needed to sharpen up on in order to make us good wrestlers. So they brought out the best in us and found ways to strengthen.
They just they focused a lot on what we need to get better at, and they took like what we were uncomfortable with and like focused a lot on those aspects. But I mean, they really just pushed us to be the best we can be, and that just helped us like want to reach for more and more. And like, I mean, I remember my coach saying before either one of us won the state championship, he was like, so state is like the first goal, but like we should be really looking towards nationals. And so like from like the beginning, he's been like setting our goals higher and higher so that like we don't settle for like just the state, like so we don't settle for just state champs. Like he wants us to reach for more. And
that's
so
awesome.
I think
And
that's
obviously
a big part
you
of it.
have being at NHSCA's, and I'm sure we'll see you at Fargo. Jordan, do you plan on going to Fargo also?
I'm not going to make it to Fargo this year.
No, that's okay. You're rehabbing your shoulder.
Yeah, and I'll be leaving. I'm leaving a couple days after Fargo to go to Hong Kong.
Oh, wow, it's very cool. Is that did your brother do the same thing? He went on a mission as well?
Yes, he went to Fiji.
He's getting back next week from Fiji. He's been gone for 2 years.
Oh, so for 2 years straight, you don't see each other?
No.
Except, well, this day and age, you see each other all the time with FaceTime and all that stuff, right? But
we call him all the time.
That makes it easy. Is that something that you're going to do as well, Mariah?
I plan on doing it after college instead. And so I'll probably go around like 21 years old probably. But
That's perfect.
I'm definitely going to do it though.
Yeah, because obviously you guys are good enough to wrestle at the next level. But of course, wrestling is life, but it's not life, right? So you got to in both ways, right? So it's really that's good. Obviously your parents have a plan and they're doing a great job. Obviously you guys have turned out well. Me picking up a camera when my son started wrestling, it started out where he just hated it, right? He's like, I don't need a picture all the time, Dan. I don't need this all the time. Why are you there? And then it went to like, why does everybody get good pictures but me? And I'm like, do you know what it's like to watch your kid wrestle? Like, it's not that easy, right? So I'm really like, do you guys ever? Now you guys are definitely on a much larger scale with the Sunshine Mafia and the YouTube channel, and then Mom is obviously there. Excuse me, Mom is obviously there. Has there been moments where you're like, Mom, I've had enough of this, right? Or are you always like, it's okay, this is just life now?
Yeah, I mean,
when we first started out, I was definitely like, after I would lose a match, I would be all mad and I didn't want to talk in the camera, and I'd be like,
yeah, get at it. That happened to my son. Would be like, you need to give me at least 10 minutes. Just leave me alone for at least 10 minutes. Let me cycle down. And I had to learn the hard way because I'd jump in and want to take a picture of him, and he'd be like, "I just lost, you jerk. Leave me alone." Yeah, so I
Yeah.
get it. You guys feel the same way sometimes, or like?
Oh yeah, near the beginning, but I mean, it's fun. It's good memories because I go back and watch like videos of me crying or something after a match, and I'm like, wow, like that match wasn't even that important.
Right? It's true now. Like now that Daniel's a freshman in college, and then Zach is a freshman in high school, but yeah, Mom and I'll be on the couch and we'll like pull up a YouTube match of his when he was like when he couldn't even get a takedown, or now with now with Facebook, we get the old memories of the pictures we took. They pop up.
Oh yeah.
So definitely, I agree. I think as they get older, you get older, we get older. We look back and go, man, I'm glad Mom and Dad did that, right?
Yeah, 100%. Awesome memories.
So I know we mentioned a little bit. What are your plans before? I know you said you're going off to Fiji for a mission trip for 2 years, and then after that, do you think you'll want to get back into college and wrestle and do some things there? Or and as far as the mission trips, your brother wrestled. Being off in Fiji, has he been able to like do any of that? Has he been able to train at all while he's over there, or is it strictly work all the time?
He hasn't been able to train any wrestling. He's like when they allow him to work out and stay in shape, but wrestling's not very big over in Fiji, so there's not a lot of like clubs and stuff. But for me, I've been talking with some schools, and there's schools that are willing to wait for me to come back and
awesome.
Wrestle with them. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited. I'm grateful for those opportunities.
Yeah, and Hong Kong sounds like a really cool place. I've never been, but it's one of those places that I could mess with it. I could go. It sounds good. I like Asian food. I'm down. I'm a fat kid at heart. Yeah, but hopefully you can find a room out there in Hong Kong while you're doing your mission, and I'm sure you get. I know my uncle goes down to South America a lot and does like not 2 year mission trips, but he'll go down for small bursts of time. And I know you're working a lot, but you get a break. You get time to yourself, and hopefully during that time, you might just want to sleep, but but maybe you'll get some work in. I know, Mariah, we talked. I know your plan is college. I know you're starting to research some colleges and see what's going to work for you. What's next for both of you as far as wrestling? I know Jordan, you're going to be at the Summer Knockout.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be at Summer Knockout. I have NHSCA duels, and I have the Scholastic duels too.
Nice.
Yeah, that's basically my plan too. I'm going to be going to NHSCA duels and obviously Spartans so I can qualify for Fargo.
Cool.
And then I'll be going
except on Sunday.
Scholastic duels. Except on Sunday, not on Sunday.
Except on Sunday.
I'll be there on Saturday.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I'll see you there. I should be there all 3 days, checking you guys out. That's awesome. And then, of course, I know your plan is to go to Fargo and compete there. Are you going to Father Divine this weekend?
I was originally planning to, but I'm taking a break right now for my shoulder. Just because I had so many like big tournaments back to back, and so my body was kind of beat up. So I'm just taking a break from tournaments for just a second, but I'll be back at it again.
I think the duels coach would want you anyway, probably. Oh, there's a lot of good girls in our state, right? The state is deep. I just had Coach Duran on from South Dade, and he's, the growth of girls in Florida has been incredible. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's grown a lot.
What's what? I'll ask you first. So first question: what's a moment during your high school career on the mat that sticks out the most memorable? Okay, you won the state tournament and jumping in your. Besides that, because we already know that, but like, was there a competitor that brought out the best in you? Was there a moment on the mat where you knew, like, okay, that win, now I know I belong here, or even a loss that puts you in a state of like, man, I got to get back? what is there a favorite moment you can look back on and go, wow, that really changed?
There's like a lot of moments that I've had where I wrestled like a very good competitor and we had a tough match. And one of the most fun matches I had this year was against Chris Sanchez from South Dade at the Cradle Cancer Finals. That was a really fun match for me, and that one was memorable. And then, of course, winning the knockout, had an overtime match there. I got an overtime takedown. That was a really tough match, and winning that, I was like, winning that match actually was decided for me to go 190 because I was debating whether to go 190 or 215 for the season, and I went 190 for knockout to see how I would do. And winning that match, my coach came up to me and was like, well, it looks like we're going 190 on the season.
It was great. I was there. It was awesome. So, man, knockout and state title both in overtime. That's awesome. What about for you, Mariah? Was there a moment other than watching him win the state tournament?
I mean, there was a moment, well, obviously winning state, obviously, but going to knockout, that was a big tournament for me, and I won it in overtime as well. And so that was pretty big. I kind of felt like how do I say it? I guess like I felt that was a big step forward towards winning the state championship this season, and I just like was super happy about that. But as far as like feeling like I belonged on the mat, at the state tournament my freshman year, I went out there. I was wrestling as hard as I could, but in the quarterfinals, I'm sure you know Claire Bowie. I had
know
Claire
her
Bowie
well.
in the quarterfinals, and she destroyed me. But but like I felt like I did okay against her, and
Yeah.
my coach afterwards was like, "Yeah, you know she's like a defending state champ, and she's probably gonna win it this year too." And I was like,
and she won Fargo that year.
yeah, she won Fargo that year.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so maybe I'm all right. And then I went and got third, even though they had predicted me to get sixth that year. And I don't know, that kind of
Didn't
like
you
shut me
face
down.
her? Did you face her last year too?
I don't think I
No,
faced
she
her
was
last.
gone. She was gone. She was
Yeah,
gone already.
It was
Yeah, she's
Menace.
yeah, I wrestled Mary Manis this year.
not
But
this year. The year that you came in second, right?
I came in third both years. I wrestled Claire Bowie my freshman year, and I lost to iCart last year.
Icar. I remember there was somebody that was really, really, really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know you're right. I know you've gone down to. I know you like to train with Mary. She's awesome. She's a good girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome.
You guys bring out the best of each other, and it's good when you get down there because obviously she could use you. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. What a cool career so far. So
Thank
what's
you.
what's your favorite food after a tournament?
Pizza.
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 100%.
Wow.
We usually
Now,
check up. We usually check for Little Caesars nearby. We go there and just get some Caesars pizza.
Yeah.
now, what about after weigh-in?
After weigh-in?
It depends on if it's a 2-day weigh-in or a 1-day.
Oh yeah, if it's a 1-day weigh-in, you can go ham, right? Oh, you guys broke up. Wait.
Yeah, I usually
Choose a peanut butter jelly sandwich or Uncrustable.
yeah. But on 2-day weigh-ins, we gotta eat the rice cakes with peanut butter and honey. That's the way
That's
to go.
awesome. I'm surprised you guys.
Yeah.
Most of you wrestlers are like Chipotle. Yeah.
I like
I
to.
love Chipotle.
Oh, Chipotle is so good.
The bowl chicken. I got my youngest one's like every night is like, Dad, can we go to Chipotle? I get it. All right. What about song in your ears before a match?
Oh man.
I actually listen to like a lot of old school hip hop and R&B before I go out and wrestle.
Like it?
Yeah, I kind of like listening to like calmer music because it kind of like helps me to I don't know, lock in and like kind of just calms my nerves, any nerves that
Yeah.
I have, like just calms everything. And I'm like, okay, just gonna go
All
out
right.
there.
What's the one song that gets you hyped?
Um, is it called like Coming in the Air Tonight? I
Yeah.
can feel it.
Yeah. Love that
I like
song.
that one.
Uh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, the Rihanna song, Hall of Fame. Is that what it is?
Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that one.
That's awesome. Two older songs. That's perfect. I think, who did I talk to? I talked to somebody. I want to, maybe it was Yanni that said they listened to like opera or something before the match. Like it gets them
Oh, really?
like really crazy. Was it him?
That's awesome.
Somebody at that level, right? Like a big NCAA star. And they're like, yeah, I
Yeah.
guess I like that. I don't know, maybe the screaming or the loudness, or maybe it gives them the sense of like, calm. What's, who's your favorite wrestler to
Yeah.
watch? There's someone you guys watch that are like,
Awesome.
man, that guy gets me hyped. That guy that's my favorite wrestler.
Um, you?
Um, I like a lot of the guys from Penn State. I like Carter Staraj,
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
I think Roman Bravo Young. He's like I like watching his scrambles. I have so much like watching.
Yeah, you kind of
Young.
look like You kind of look like Starochi a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw him close up. I'm like, hey, there's a little one. How about you, Mariah?
Um, for me, there's a couple. I like David Carr and like
Oh
Roman
yeah,
Bravo
he's
Young.
awesome.
Yeah,
You get to
yeah,
see.
those two
I
probably.
think David should be at Spartan. I think.
Really?
I
That'd
know
be cool.
he usually comes every year, so hopefully we'll see
Yeah,
him again this year. That'll be fun.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
also, as far as like the Olympic level, I like watching Sage Mortimer. She's really awesome to
oh
watch.
yeah, she's fun to watch.
And yeah,
I
and
got to see a lot of
Minnie
those
Blade.
girls.
I love her.
Oh, Kennedy Blaze. I'm gonna post her interview. I just interviewed her Tuesday night.
Really? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that was pretty cool.
Really cool.
She's so cool. And she's like, she's just a happy-go-lucky girl, but then when she hits the mat, she's just vicious. It's like
Yeah.
a switch. It's like a switch goes off, and she's there. Is there somebody I know? I know you're going to compete in some local stuff, Jordan, and you're going to go on the national stage. Is there someone on the national stage, Mariah, that's at in high school that you're like, man, I really want to. I want that match. I want to test myself against that girl, see where I'm at.
Um, yeah, I mean, a couple of them were people that were on Team Florida with me. I mean, I want to wrestle.
It's
They're both
awesome.
matches for me. I've wrestled like Gabby Tedesco before, and I've wrestled Claire Bowie before. But like, I want to have those matches again, just kind of see
Yeah,
like how far I've came since the last time I wrestled them. And I
that's
don't know, I feel
awesome.
like they'd be good matches. I mean, obviously Claire Bowie's like insane, and they're both insane. But I just want to have those matches, kind of see where I'm at.
That's awesome. Yeah, that'd be cool. Let's
Yeah,
make it happen. Go down to Lake Gibson and just get a workout in with her.
yeah, I want to.
She's a great girl. All
She's
of them, Claire
awesome.
Bowie. You've got Val Solorio. I mean, they're all tremendous. It's
Yeah.
good. So, goal at Fargo, you staying at your weight, or you going down, or what do you think you'll do?
I'll probably wrestle 112 at Fargo. I wrestled there last year and I did all right there. And I mean, obviously I'm gonna be wrestling juniors this year instead, but I think I'm just gonna stay there. I
Yeah,
think that's my best bet.
and I know we talked about it. You're starting to work more on your freestyle. Uh-oh,
Yeah, I'm
you
trying
froze
to.
there. You
I'm
froze there
working on
for
it
a
in
minute.
practice a lot.
That's good. Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
fun. It's all right. That's good. Freestyle's good. Well, I mean, I really appreciate you guys coming on and hanging out with me. It's been cool, kind of get to know you
Sorry,
guys.
what'd
And
you say?
I said it's been really
Oh
cool
yeah.
having you on. I really appreciate you guys coming
Oh,
on,
Oh, thank
hanging
you for
out with
having
me.
us.
Um,
It was really awesome.
I know you guys have your channel. Just if your mom wants, so I'll do my edit and I'll post it on my YouTube. If she just wants the video to put on hers, I'm fine. I'll give it to her, no problem. If she wants to link mine to hers, that's great too. Whatever she'd like. I know you guys have your channel, so she may just want to put your Sunshine Mafia touch on it. So up to her. Just let me know, and I'd be happy to give it to her. No big deal.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You guys take it easy. Thanks for coming on.
Thank
All right.
you. You too.
You too.